May 24th, 2026, Red River Unitarian Universalist Church hosted Adrian Hinman speaking via video on the topic, Everyone Can Do Something. Of their topic, they say, how I stumbled face first into the mutual aid networks of my new home in Minneapolis, learned to help and protect my neighbors, and what it looks like going forward. Welcome from Red River Unitarian Universalist. Thank you for joining us. The religion we practice in this church is centered in the here and now, rather than the hereafter. It is more of a thinking kind of religion than a believing kind. It is governed more by reason than by tradition, more concerned with the present than the past. It is concerned with getting the most out of life, with living wisely and well. A major aim for us is continually expanding our understanding of life and ourselves. This church is a community of people who share in the free and open search for a level of understanding that will enable us to be more fully and effectively alive. The church does not tell us what we must believe. It stimulates us to think. It supports us in our search. You are welcome to join us. Our centering value is love, with transformation, generosity, equity, interdependence, justice, and pluralism.
Ding dong, the witch is dead.
Our community knows no boundaries. We are not confined by the physical limits of walls, or, for that matter, of what often binds us, restricts us, holds us back. We are freer than we know. And when we release ourselves and each other from expectations of what is needed for true community, we are here together in space. I see you. I hear you. I love you. And later, we will light our chalice, a beacon of this community, holding us all together, here, now. While our prelude plays, we invite you to come light a candle for joy, for sorrow, for kinship, for remembrance, for anything within you that needs to be honored, or just to bring more light into the room. The candles await.
Everyone, oh everyone, oh everyone, these people are ours just like we are theirs. We belong to them and they belong to us. Everyone, oh everyone, oh everyone of these people are ours just as everyone, oh everyone, oh everyone of these people are belong to them, and they belong to us. Everyone, oh, everyone are theirs.
Please rise in body or spirit for our chalice lighting and spoken affirmation. The words for our chalice lighting are Community Chalice Lighting by Atticus Palmer. We call this light before us in hope that we may always remain a strong community, working together to make the world a better place. When we are grieving or sad, when we are challenged, when we need help, this flame guides us out of the darkness. When we are cheerful, when we celebrate, when we accomplish a great task, when we return to a place that makes us happy, this chalice reminds us to share our happiness with others. Join me as together we remind ourselves of the affirmation that is a cornerstone of our free faith tradition. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek truth in freedom, and to help one another. We light this peace candle to remind us of all the places in the world where there is no peace. Join me in the words now on the screen. Lead me from death to life, from falsehood to truth. Lead me from despair to hope, from fear to trust. Lead me from hate to love, from war to peace. Let peace fill our hearts, our world, our universe. You may be seated.
Today's UU snippet is about Policies and Procedures Manual. The following 3 paragraphs are directly from the purpose of the manual. A healthy church functions like a healthy body or a talented orchestra. Each part of the body or orchestra knows what its part is and works cooperatively with all the other parts to achieve the desired goal. In this case, a healthy, vital, religious community that nurtures spiritual growth through worship, religious education, social justice, charity, and fellowship. The goal of church policies and procedures is to ensure that each part of the church body understands its role, functions effectively, and works cooperatively with other parts to further the church's vision and mission. This is adapted from Church Works, a well-body book for congregations by Ann Olden Heller. It's published by Skinner House, Boston, Massachusetts, 1999. In this manual, Red River Unitarian Universalist Church's policies and procedures are organized by topic. The manual is available to church members at the church office and on the church website. End of the quote. To find it on the website, I don't know about the church office, but to find it on the website, you're going to look in the upper right-hand corner under the information menu, and it's called Our Governance is the submenu, and it will be in the second section, General, approved by the Board of Trustees. The last revision was March 2023. Each topic has been written by the team or the committee which it affects. All members should make sure they at least look over this document, especially if they are interested in joining a team. As of May 24th, 2026, today, this document is in the process of being updated. The new worship team section has been rewritten, but not yet published by the board.
Our opening thought is These Are My People by Karen G. Johnston from Braver, Wiser on March 18th, 2026. I have heard that the Buddhist teacher Sharon Salzberg has a spiritual practice when she flies. Waiting to board at the airport gate, she looks at the people sitting there and says to herself, "These are my people." A random, possibly ragtag set of strangers are her people? Seriously? Yes, seriously. I have begun doing this. At the gate, on board. For the next few hours, these are my people, with weather delays even longer. And I have begun doing it elsewhere. When riding the train, attending a concert in the grocery store. I even did it in January when I was one of hundreds of clergy who traveled to Minneapolis to march with 50,000 plus people for the future of our nation. Every so often, in that frigid cold, I would feel the crowd around me and think, these people, they are mine and I am theirs. They weren't my besties, nor my chosen family, not even my immediate neighbors, but the ones that the universe cast as my temporary lot. Random, not of my choosing. Except I choose to choose them. As a spiritual practice, it stretches me. This embrace of others that I believe my faith asks of me, requires of me, is not necessarily logical, as well as occasionally mystical and nearly always complicated. Does this change anything? Bring about healing or justice? I'm not certain, but I can't help wondering if this is one way we get closer to love at the center. Does this transform me? Hell yes. It commits me to the very nature of reality, interdependence. It reminds me that we belong to each other, like it or not. I'm thankful for the deep, and real, so real, and true, so true ways in which we risk growing beloved community, in which we dare creating mutual aid networks beyond those besties, in which we risk creating and sustaining the necessary, complex, messy, sometimes prickly, sometimes joyful community coalitions to get us through this authoritarian nightmare. These are my people. You are my people.
The ghost of Martin Niemöller haunts the halls of history. When they came for the communists, he said it's nothing to do with me. When they came for the Democrats, he had nothing to say. And when they came for the Jews, he just looked the other way. His silence didn't save him. When they came for him as well, there was no one to speak out for him. Resistance had been quelled. What excuses would you tell yourself if this ever happened to you? Well, I live in a city of heroes. I know what I would do. When they came for the immigrants, I got in their face. When they came for the refugees, I got in their face. When they came for the 5-year-olds, I got in their face. When they came to my neighbourhood, I just got in their face. They used tear gas and pepper spray against our whistles and our phones. But in this city of heroes, we will protect our home. When they drag people from their cars, I got in their face. When they took families from their homes, I got in their face. When they murdered our sister, I got in their face. And when they murdered our brother, I still got in their face. In Dachau, Martin Niemöller suffered for his complicity. But in this city of heroes, we learn the lessons of history. I will bear witness to terror. I will bear witness to tyranny. I will bear witness to murder. I will bear witness to fascism.
Whoa. What was that?
That was a union clap.
Oh. Scared me. Please join me in responsive reading 468, We Need One Another by George E. Odell. Your response is in pink on the screen. We need one another when we mourn and would be comforted. We need one another when we are in trouble and afraid. We need one another when we are in despair, in temptation, and need to be recalled to our best selves again. We need one another when we would accomplish some great purpose and cannot do it alone. We need one another in the hour of success when we look for someone to share our triumphs. We need one another in the hour of defeat when the encouragement we might endure and stand again. We need one another when we come to die and would have gentle hands prepare us for the journey. All our lives we are in need, and others are in need of us. Join now for our time of practices with words, stillness, and music. Our words are from Infighting is Easier by Teresa Honey Youngblood from Braver, Wiser on April 12th, 2017. Standing roadside, stranded, watching thousands of dollars rise in the smoke coming from under the hood, it's easier to fight about who forgot to put oil in the car than to hold one another's shaking hands in the shape-shifting uncertainty of whether the 3 white boys we're raising will grow up woke and loving and brave. There's an almost pleasant mastery in stalking powerfully through the apartment, muttering about a roommate's missteps. It's harder to sit across from one another, spiritually naked, to learn if there is a place between us where we can both feel seen and safe, exposed and accepted, held up to our highest standards for ourselves, and helped to get there. A passerby's rough truth abrades the picket fence around our complacency, but instead of greeting that revelation and its messenger as a gift, we vilify them and defend our position with walls of denser stone. A missed opportunity, that. And how about the seductive rush of shouting down a friend of a friend on Facebook? Do we point the way toward right with an olive branch or a sword? Defender of purity is an identity we feel good about, while imperfect and occasionally misguided fellow traveler on the rocky and misty road is scary and means that our future might not be ours alone to control. An odd comfort to know, or to even like, the enemy we spar, quite opposed to the quaking terror of facing an insatiable, million-faced behemoth named injustice. Infighting lies about what matters. It's a vacation in the briar patch on the way up the mountain, the distraction of 1,000 bloody scratches rather than the deep wound of knowing that we and everyone we care about will die before the work is done, and that babies born this very moment will be broken by our failures. Even inside this searing truth, We are saving each other with each step forward together.
Rise up, scream it out loud. Take heed, but don't back down. From frozen streets to broken homes, we stand together, never alone. Rise up, it's not about sides. Spread the love, shatter the lies. This ground is home. This ground is home. This ground is our home. This ground is home. This ground is home. This ground is our home. Rise up, every voice matters. Every name and every face. Calloused hands and unbroken backs. We know the cause, we know the facts. Rise up, it's not about sides. Spread the love, shatter the lies. This ground is home. This ground is home. This ground is our home. This ground is home. This ground is home. This ground is our home. Say it loud. This ground is home. Oh, you know that all we need is love. Oh, you know that all we need is love. You know that all we need is love. This ground is home. This ground is home. This ground is our home. This ground is home. This ground is home. This ground is our home. This ground is home. This ground is home. This ground is our home. This ground is home. This ground is home. This ground is our home. Say it loud. This ground is home.
Please join in our second responsive reading, Community Beatitudes by Ashley Horan. The words will again be on the screen and your part will be in pink. Blessed are the immigrants, for they shall call home into being. Blessed are the observers, for they shall bear witness to truth. Blessed are the song leaders, for they shall raise voices in hope. Blessed are the educators, for they shall shield children with care. Blessed are the students, for they shall be beacons of courage. Blessed are the artists, for they shall capture the beauty of our power and grief. Blessed are the faith leaders, for they shall proclaim our morality. Blessed are the marshals, for they shall protect our paths towards freedom. Blessed are the independent journalists, for they shall shine light on reality. Blessed are the fundraisers, for they shall make miracles manifest. Blessed are the grocery shoppers, for they shall nourish our resistance. Blessed are the street medics, for they shall tend to our holy flesh. Blessed are the body workers, for they shall bring grounding and balance. Blessed are the organizers, for they shall channel despair into action. Blessed are the block captains, for they shall weave neighbors into networks. Blessed are the movement veterans, for they shall share the wisdom of history. Blessed are the newly awakened, for they shall be welcomed with joy. Blessed are all who hunger and thirst for liberation, for we shall inherit the future.
Some nights feel a little heavier, eyes too wide to turn off light. So you send a quiet message. Is anyone else awake tonight? One reply turns into others, tiny lanterns in the feed. No one comes with magic answers, just a hi, what do you need? We're not here to fix each other, we just share the weight we bring, passing around the softer habits till the sharp edges don't sting. Call it mutual aid, call it being on the same side, sharing small reminders that it's okay to have a tired mind. We don't have the cure for everything the world has made, but we've got blankets, jokes, and patience. We've got this little mutual aid. Someone drops a breathing playlist, someone offers I can drive, someone says I've got an extra if you can't afford the ride. There are notes on kitchen fridges, please eat something, please call me. Tiny systems built in hallways, holding up our therapy. No one here is just a burden, no one here is keeping score. We just keep the doors a little more unlocked than before. Call it mutual aid, call it being on the same side, sharing small reminders that it's okay to have a tired mind. We don't have the cure for everything the world has made, but we've got casseroles and chickens. We've got this little mutual aid. Maybe love looks like a couch bed, like a spare key on a ring, like a ride home after midnight, like a text that doesn't need a thing. Call it mutual aid, just a circle made of hands, holding space for one another when the day outgrows our plans. We can't mend the whole wide story, but we can sit here unafraid. You are not alone tonight, you're part of this quiet mutual aid.
We welcome to our free pulpit Red River UU member Adrian Hinman, who recorded this from their new home in Minneapolis.
I want to preface this by saying that this is probably the hardest service that I've put together, because in a lot of ways it's not what's been going on here in Minneapolis is not about me, but I also don't have the knowledge and perspective to talk about much of what's not from what I've personally done and seen. And I encourage everyone to, if at all possible, read firsthand accounts by people who have been directly affected by the ICE raids here. But I wanted to get that off my chest, I guess, as I begin my experiences here in Minneapolis the last few months. For most, there was little warning when it began. Homes raided, often without a proper warrant, families torn apart, parents kidnapped on their way to work, schools terrorized by masked men with guns and the ability to ruin someone's life. Black and brown families quickly became afraid to leave their homes, and rightfully so. The people of Minneapolis could have sat by and ignored it. Instead, I found it impossible to not run into more and more people resisting ICE in any ways they could, even at the risk of their own lives. I was late getting involved, finding my first public action, attending a vigil at the site of Renee Good's murder. The bus I rode to get there was absolutely packed, almost every rider going to the same place I was. Neighbors who lived in the area of the shooting were giving out snacks and warm beverages. Strangers held each other for comfort, and people who knew her told about her life and how she died protecting her neighbors. A week or so later, I was riding the bus to the store. As one does, I eavesdropped. Across the aisle from me, two people discussed how their lives had changed. One, I gathered, was an architect. She talked about how helpless she felt, not being able to do anything other than use the 3D printer at her job to print whistles. Her companion reassured her how important that was, how important it is to have whistles to alert when ICE is in the area, when an abduction is occurring, and when help is needed. He, on the other hand, talked about being incredibly frustrated, how the nonprofit he worked at needed to jump through hoops for funding, but that his wife was using their car to drive their neighbors to work and home, providing a slight buffer of safety for them. After a while talking, they exchanged names. That shocked me. I thought this was a pair of friends catching up, but instead it was two strangers bonded over nothing more than wanting to protect their neighbors. Not long after, I discovered a mutual aid project called the People's Laundry. Started in 2020, primarily to help wash clothes for homeless communities across the Twin Cities, they were upping their numbers to enable washing for families sheltering in place. Upon signing up to help wash, I connected with one of the organizers who, through pure coincidence, lived only 3 blocks away from me. They brought me into a couple group chats, one for people in our immediate neighborhood, which for the most part of the time was rather quiet, and another for all of North Minneapolis, which was far busier with ICE alerts, aid requests, and local events, most of which related to the occupation. It suddenly became much easier to keep up with things going on directly in my area. Through that larger group, I found a protest first aid course with focus on things like personal protective equipment, washing out pepper spray, and bandaging wounds. Upon getting there, I found out it was being run not by an organization or the Red Cross, but rather people who have been out providing that aid in recent events and protests for years, wanting to help others, help others. While taking notes at that course, I clicked a notification and saw that another person had been shot by ICE. Slowly, the rest of the room got the news as well. And the class was paused as we took time to process together. There was a sort of relief in a way in that room that we didn't have to do that alone, like most of us had when Renee was shot. But in that moment, none of us knew who we were mourning. It wasn't until I got home that I found his name was Alex Preddy. Across the city, vigils were being organized. And I, not knowing quite what to do, started making candles and plans. I reached out to the mostly quiet neighborhood chat and asked if we wanted to do one too. We agreed on a place, and I met my neighbors in person for the first time. While it was as mournful as the vigil for Renee earlier that month, it was much smaller, and it sparked something huge within us. Our very small, very local group chat became active daily, checking in with one another, sending reminders on trash day, and borrowing ingredients for cooking. We started having potlucks and meeting more neighbors. Somewhere along the way, I also started doing ICE patrol, driving around, looking for suspicious cars, and checking plates through a database, and being directed around by someone at home with maps and more information than I think I could handle. This, now that Metro Surge is over, big air quotes there, the numbers have gone down, and it was very quiet for a couple months, but they moved to the suburbs a lot more, and we are noticing within the past couple of weeks, as of recording this, that the numbers within the cities are increasing. So big air quotes. But our patrols have transitioned for now into Cop Watch, where we record officer interactions with people to ensure their rights are being respected, just as we did when ICE was there. Things are quieter now. The People's Laundry continues to do what it has done since its conception and is still, much like various local food pantries, assisting families that are either still sheltering in place or are recovering financially for doing so for months, or trying to get by without one of their family members. And I, as I do, will continue to try on various tasks within my community, from organizing to driving around to checking on neighbors to doing laundry, finding what works for me. What I've learned most during all of this, through trying on tasks to talking to folks doing other mutual aid work, is that everyone can do something. I want you to think, what will your something be?
Vermont. There is so much to say, but the words do not yet exist. I will start with, I love you. Or, I will start with, I see you. Or, I will start with, I know the feeling of heartbreak when you know for sure what you already knew, what you've seen them do for years, what you've seen them do to us, happen to your neighbor, who makes that bomb corn thing every year at that thing, or would if you organized that thing that you should have. They learn from us, unfortunately, so it will be different in your neighborhood. but there is comfort in what is to come too. You will love again the way you fell in love in middle school, for the friend you could tell everything to without speaking. You will be loved the way you wondered but hoped existed, but this love will show itself in strange ways, by neighbors who will soon no longer be strangers. In the neighbor who opens her restaurant to allow others to watch the chemicals out of your eyes, and who will teach you how to wash the eyes of your other neighbors. In the beautiful tattooed flexing arms of helpers unloading 25-pound bags of rice from your trunk to store in the basement of their barber shop until delivery day. In the upside-down flag carriers standing at attention every morning to count the cars of agents invading your city. In the encrypted chat of folks you would trust with your life, with your child's life, but could never recognize in person. In the kind eyes of musicians healing you and themselves with epic ballads of when you all threw snowballs together. In the anonymous deliveries of gloves and hats and coats to be given to those broken and beaten, released into the street, scared, without the documents they thought carrying with them would protect from detention. Vermont, do not forget in the aftershock of the cruelty, in the deafening laughter that follows the gunshots, the screams of toddlers choking, the roar of believers betrayed, the agent you were following that drove you back to your own home or your child's school, and the empty words of those that blame you for the pain they have chosen to inflict upon you and the damage they have chosen to wrought. That we are here, the way Chicago was here for us, the way Portland was here for Chicago, the way you will be for the next city. When you feel that deep lonely they have designed for you, remember you are anything but alone, that we are also awake, unable to sleep, overcome with the anxiety of the repair before us, that we also wonder if these platforms will carry our words to you. But rest when you can in the knowledge that we will repair, we will reckon, we will get uncomfortable with the legacy we contributed to, with the times we should have said no, and with the times that we did, and we will heal, and we will rebuild, because you may not have known love like this existed, but now you do.
In case you missed the books that Adrian has recommended reading, they are Braiding Sweetgrass by Robin Wall Kilmer, Serviceberry by Robin Wall Kilmer, and Mutual Aid by Dean Spade. Adrian intends to be on Zoom for the Conversations in Calories, so please stop by to say hi to them. Cultures of gratitude must also be cultures of reciprocity. I've never said that word out loud before. Perfect. Each person, human or no, is bound to every other in a reciprocal relationship. Just as all beings have a duty to me, I have a duty to them. If an animal gives its life to feed me, I am in turn bound to support its life. If I receive a stream's gift of pure water, then I am responsible for returning a gift in kind. An integral part of a human's education is to know those duties and how to perform them. Reminder that every offering is a share the bowl offering, where undesignated cash is split between the Texoma Family Shelter and Texoma Earth Day Festival. The bowl awaits, or you may donate online.
We all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lay on me, way on us strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'll know you need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride. If I have things you need tomorrow, for no one can feel those on your knees that you are less lonely on me. Way on strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long. It won't be time. I need somebody to lean on. You just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'd understand. We all need somebody to lean on. If there is a load you have to bear that you can carry, I'm right up the road. I'll share your load if you just call me. Lay on me when you're strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. It won't be long. It won't be time. I need somebody to lean on. You just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'd understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Yeah, let me be your friend. I'll help you carry on. It won't be long. Time to need somebody to lean on.
I invite you to rise in body or spirit for the benediction and extinguishing the chalice. Our benediction is The Basket Woven by Ma Teresa Tet Castillo Gallardo. May we respond better to risks and dangers with a beloved community who can be counted on as a woven basket that encompasses the gifts for protection, for honor, for ceremony, and for expressions of interconnectedness. May we prevail in our intentions to make a gift of the world to the next generations of beings living and non-living that help it all come together for good. Please join me in saying our community promise as we extinguish our chalices. We extinguish these flames, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Go in peace, return in love.